Hi class, this is your friendly math teacher, Sir Cielo. And for today's lesson, we're going to discuss what are the difference between the function and relation. So, if you are interested how to differentiate the two, watch this video. Again, our lesson for today is all about function and relation. So before that, let's identify first what are the definition of terms that we need to remember. The relation shows the relationship between the input and the output, while the function, it is a relation in which no two ordered pairs have the same first element. Or meaning to say, all functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. So the question is, how can you easily recognize a relation and a function? So let's proceed to our next slide. Relation can be represented or illustrated in different ways, such as table of values, rule, mapping diagram, set of ordered pairs, and a graph. Let us discover how to illustrate the function using each of the different ways. If we're using the mapping diagram, always remember to use the arrow to pair the x value to its corresponding y value. So, for example, we have the value of x and y. So our values of x are 0, 1, and 2, while the values of our y is 0, 2, and 4. And if we connect the arrow from our x to y, we have 0 and 0, 1 and 2, and 2 and 4. Next, once done finding the set of values of x and y, set of ordered pairs can easily be illustrated like this. We have 0 and 0, 1 and 2, and 2 and 4. So remember class, take note of the symbols that must be written. And what are those? Those are the bracket and the close and open parentheses for the ordered pairs. Next, let's assign the values for x to be replaced in the equation in order to get the value of y. So we're going to use table of values. So our values for our x is 0, 1, and 2. And we're going to substitute that in our given equation, which is y is equals to 2x. If we substitute the value of x to 0, we have now y is equals to 2 times 0 is equals to 0. So therefore, the value of y is 0. Next, if we substitute the value of x to 1, we have y is equals to 2 times 1. So therefore, we have y is equal to 2. Next, if we substitute the value of x to 2, we have y is equals to 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Next, so we can use the different ways to illustrate the given function that can be represented by the equation. For example, Kenneth gets 2 points for every activity that he accomplishes. So, if we're going to rewrite that in our linear or in an equation, that is y is equals to 2x. Lastly, the function can also be illustrated graphically. Simply plot the points using the ordered pairs and then connect the points. So, for example, is this. So after you plot the points, we're going to connect the points to form our graph. So the important note, make sure to keep in mind how the different illustrations should be done. Don't forget the symbols, lines, tables, arrows, and Cartesian plane. So next, were you able to discover how relation and function can easily recognize? Let's proceed to our next slide. A relation is a set of inputs and outputs. It is simply a set of ordered pairs. On the other hand, a function is a relation that makes sense in such a way that it is a relation with one output for each input, meaning it is a relation in which no two separate ordered pairs have the same first element. So, to easily understand that, let's have an example. So we have a table of values here. So the values of our x is 1, 3, and 5. And for the values of our y is 1, 9, and 25. The question is, may nauulit ba sa ating first element? Yes, wala. Ang ating first element dito ay 1, 3, and 5. So ibig sabihin, kung walang nauulit, this is a function. For another example, we have the table for the values of our x, we have 4, 4, and 1. And for the values of our y is 2, negative 2, and 1. So may nauulit ba sa ating first element? Yes, meron. And that is 4 and 4. So therefore, this is not a function or it is a relation only. For our next example, in terms of ordered pairs, we have 1 and A, 2 and B, and 3 and A. So from here, kuhanin muna natin yung ating mga first element. Ang ating mga first element is 1, 2, and 3. So as you can see, walang nauulit sa ating first element. So ibig sabihin, ito ay function. For another example, we have 1 and A, 1 and B, and 1 and C. So kung kukuhanin natin ang ating first element, ang ating mga first element dito ay 1, 1, and 1. So therefore, it is not a function or it is a relation. To easily recognize if the given relation is a function, just keep in mind the following statements. So the first one is all x must be different. Magkakaiba dapat yung mga x. Next, every element in x is related to y. So lagi nating tatandaan yon. So kung wala si x, hindi mabubuo si y. And yun, the last, focus your eyes on the values of x only. Kahit may nauulit dun sa values of y, huwag po tayong palilito dahil magfo-focus lang tayo dun sa ating values of x lang. In terms of graph naman, paano natin malalaman kung ang graph ba ay function or not a function? So, gagamit tayo ng tinatawag na vertical line test. So, paano ba ginagamit ang vertical line test? Ito yung patayong linya na kung saan, pag nilagay mo siya sa Cartesian plane, wala dapat tatamaan na dalawa o higit pang points dun sa vertical line test na yon or dun sa patayong linya na ilalagay natin dun sa Cartesian plane. So para mas maintindihan natin, yung unang vertical line test, isa lang ang tumama. Sa ikalawang vertical line test, isa lang din ang tumama. At sa ikatlong vertical line test, isa lang din ang tumama. Sabi sabihin, ito ay function. Tama. Next, dun sa isa naman graph natin, kung mapapansin nyo, pag naglagay tayo ng vertical line test, 3 points ang tatamaan niya. Sabi sabihin, this is not a function or this is a relation. So I hope class you understand paano natin i-differentiate or ano yung pagkakaiba ng relation and function. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell para laging updated sa mga videos na i-upload ko. Again, this is your friendly math teacher, Sir Cielo. See you on our next class. Bye!